Good day. This is Cherian Kuruvila here, and this video is for students in particular. And this topic is all about meditation. So, recently in a podcast, when I was asked what are the best investment I made in myself, and I said meditation without any hesitation, right? And why did I say that? Because this my journey started 45 years ago when I was a student, engineering student, and I'm just going to be sharing a little bit more about the journey and how it started, and the fact that 45 years later, more than that, I've been consistently practicing meditation since those college days. So, what made me start? I think we were a group of five or six, I guess, who went in the late 70s during our third or fourth year in college, and you know, we were pretty cool, casual, and doing okay in studies. But somebody suggested meditation, and in the spirit of adventure, they said, "So let's go and check it out." And so we did go, and we did check it out. And I must say that it was a very impressive start, because the kind of experience we had when you first went and met the meditation instructor was very inspiring. And so this was a very drastic change in lifestyle, the early 20s, right? So, you know, typically when you stay in a college or you stay in a hostel, you tend to be quite cool and tend to follow your own time zones, sleep late, wake up late, and things like that. But one thing that changed for me in particular was once I decided that I was getting into meditation, I had to give it my best shot. And hence, I just changed my routine. I changed my routine to a 10:30 sleeping time and a 4:30 a.m. wake up time, which was pretty unthinkable in our college hostel days, and most people slept late, woke up late, right, and charged to class. So just by that simple change of my routine to a early start, right, it gave me so much of time in the quiet of the morning to sort of just wake up and almost like a continuation of my sleep get into my meditative state for the next 30-40 minutes. And it gave me so much time that even I had time to put in about an hour for my morning studies, well before having to go to the early morning classes. So suddenly there was a change in my routine, there was a change in the amount of time that I could focus on my studies, the clarity of focus in terms of what is important. And we realized that in a college kind of a situation that we were in at that time, we had to find our own jobs, right? There was no such thing as campus placements, and we had to find our own jobs. We had to fend for ourselves. We had to figure out what will work for us. We had to figure out our career goals. We had to figure out what kind of roles we wanted. So it could be a very confusing state for a young lad in that age. And I think my practice of meditation uh, really started helping, because not only it improved my focus, it improved my clarity. And within the first semester of starting meditation, there was at least a 20 to 25% jump in my grades. Not because I suddenly became more intelligent, it's just that there was that extra clarity and focus on the fact that academics will matter to get the first job, and it could not be a hit and miss kind of an approach, and one had to be really clear in terms of what one worked on. So, you know, within about 3 months to 6 months, meditation had become a practice for me. I just made it a part of my morning routine, like you brush your teeth, you don't think about it. Oh, should I do it today? Should I not do it today? It just became part of the routine. And I'm so proud to say that, 45 years later now, that was late 70s, now I'm in 2024, right? There's not a single day where I miss that practice. But I'm so glad that I started early. I'm so glad that I started when I was a student and not when I was in my 30s or 40s or 50s. Sure, it's definitely good to start even later in life, but then you've already gone through so much of a journey and so much of your stress. So, it won't have the same effect, but definitely it's better to start better late than never. But I think this video is really for young minds, for students in college, shaping up for their first career break. It could be for parents who are uh, dealing with students who are in college and going through the career pressures and the stresses of getting jobs and retaining jobs. I would strongly recommend that it's very important that you look at what are the options available, and now there are many more options available both online and offline to get started on meditation. I certainly am not a meditation teacher or a meditation coach, but one thing I've decided that I'll become a preacher of meditation. I'll preach about the benefits of meditation and how it helped me personally, right? And how it can help so many others like you to just get started. And recently, when I went to one of the colleges, your management colleges here in Bangalore, for a talk for the students, MBA students who had just joined, I was really pleased to know that they had meditation as one of their courses, right? And I think that kind of initiative by different colleges and institutes, I think, will go a long way in disciplining the students to a more structured and calm way of handling not just the studies but handling the life that comes ahead of it. Because once you get into the corporate rat race or become an entrepreneur, the kind of pressures are extremely different, right? So to be able to navigate that in the early and late 20s and 30s gets more and more difficult, right? Life is getting more complex, life is getting more stressful. Relationships, work, job, security, and all the other things. So in this video, I just want to confine myself to the fact that I'm so glad that I started my journey as a student, and I definitely urge more and more students in their early 20s or even before to explore how they can get into this whole meditation bandwagon and be an early bird and see the benefit as you go up later in life. In my next video, I will talk a little bit more about how I then graduated from a college life to a corporate life, and how I navigated my first job and the kind of decision making that I took all on my own, and how I got into my second role. And I'll talk a little bit more about my career journey and my career successes. And looking back, I think at my career also I can look at with a lot of pride, and I would say meditation has played a huge role in that journey. I will definitely love to talk more about it. And if you like to know more about, how I navigated this journey and how I stuck it out, I'll be happy to share my thoughts with you. Please reach out to me on my YouTube. As a coach, I'm a individual coach and a wellness coach and a holistic coach and a mindset coach. So I think meditation sort of covers all those facets, and I think this is where I felt that sharing my personal journey would be a lot more powerful than just sharing the theory of meditation or the scientific evidence of meditation, which is available on YouTube in plenty, right? But talking about where I was and where I am and how I got there is something that I'd love to share in my subsequent videos as well. So do look forward to more of my sharings, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.